Hi guys, D Helly Guy here. Sorry for the crappy video quality. Anyway, a few of the guys in my local track have asked me how to clean the Titan 12-turn 550 motor that commonly comes in the two-wheel drive Slash. Okay, so I put this video together to show y'all how to do just that. Clean the motor. All right. So let's get started. First of all, we need a place to work. All right. Whatever you do, do not do this on kitchen table or other piece of good furniture because motor cleaners are very powerful solvent and it'll wipe the varnish clear off the furniture and ruin it, and you don't want that. Okay, instead do it on an old table, a workbench, or a folding table. In fact, if you can go to Walmart and pick up the plastic folding table they have, which is about $35, it's even better because it's a good deal. It's bulletproof, it's light, and it snaps together real good. It doesn't pop apart like some of the others do. That's even better because it's just a good table. I have one I can vouch for. Alright, next you need an old absorbent towel, okay, or some sort of cloth that'll absorb the motor cleaner as you clean it. It'll cover your work area. Okay. Now, one word of advice as far as safety. Okay. Motor cleaner, as you well know, is a very volatile solvent. Okay. It evaporates very quickly. And on top of that, it emits some pretty nasty fumes. Fumes you don't want to breathe. It's not as bad as some of the other stuff, but it's still fumes and you don't want to breathe it. So we need to have good ventilation. Right. In fact, if you can do this outside, do it. One thing, you don't need a table, okay, but just if you can do it outside, do it. But if you can't, just make sure you have good ventilation. All right. Also, it's good to have a set of latex gloves on too as well. It's not good to get on your hands; it dries them out. All right, let's get started. All right. Tools. First of all, you need your motor. Mr. Motor here. Next, a can of motor cleaner. Then finally, you need a little oil dropper, a little needle point oil dropper that you can commonly get at a hobby shop or your local track. Or if you don't have one of those, some 3-in-1 oil, Tri-Flow, or WD-40 or any other type of light machine oil will do just fine. Okay. All right, here we go. Pick up Mr. Motor here. Alright, before we get started, I need to point out a few things about this motor. This motor is known as a closed-end bell motor. The reason why it gets its name is because, it's flat. The brushes are not external. In fact, they're inside here. They're not removable. In fact, when the brushes wear out in this thing, you just simply toss it in the trash. That's all she wrote. Okay? You can't replace the brushes. Alright. Make sure, of course, your motor's out of the vehicle. And I recommend you have your pinion on because it makes a nippy little handle to hold it, all that. Also, you can hold it by the wires if you want. Just make sure you don't pull on whatever. Okay. Anyway, put your little red spout on your motor cleaner. Alright, and you grab your motor however you want to do it. I recommend the pinion first because you can hold it down. Because you can take your red spout and put it in your little vents. Okay, and spray it out real good in each vent. Now, one word of note: this motor also has a cooling fan. Okay, this fan is also not towards to scattering dirt all over the inside of the motor. Okay, so make sure you clean those areas real good. Just make sure you clean it real good on each side and you get it good on the commutator and everything. And rotate the motor a few times each time you do it because that helps clean the carbon off the commutator. Alright. Now once you do that, grab it by the wires and spray it through the little holes right here to complete the cleaning of it, because you want to get the dirt off from behind the brush holders, because that can actually cake up to a point where it can actually cause the brushes to stick up and cause it to run poorly. Okay. After that, turn it over and spray it in the little front vents real good. The objective is to do it till the motor cleaner comes out clear. Okay, the only way you know this motor is clean is when the motor cleaner comes out clear. Okay. Now once you're satisfied that it's clean, go take yourself an air duster or some compressed air, blow the motor off, and you dry it out real good. Okay. Now make sure it's dry, because whatever you do, make sure it's dry before you run it. Because as you know, the stuff's, motor cleaner is flammable, sometimes to the point of being explosive. These motors arc on the inside, and what happens when you get a spark, mixed in with some highly flammable fumes. Poof. Okay. You don't want a little fireball inside your slash. That's a bad thing. Okay. Anyway, once you're certain it's all dried out real good, etc., it's all pretty, take your oil dropper and put a drop on the end bushing, on the end bell, then one drop on the bushing behind the pinion. Okay. One drop only now, because as you well know, when we put it in, it wicks through the bushing through a process known as capillary action. Okay. If you put too much in there, too much will wick through the bushing, it'll get on the commutator and it'll burn it. You don't want that. It's not so much critical with the one behind the pinion, but it is on the end bell side. Remember, just one drop of oil. Now, if you get oil on it, just make sure you rotate it a couple times and distribute it real good in there. Okay. After that, just stick the motor back in the vehicle, set your gear mesh, tighten the motor up, hook her back up, have fun. Well, anyway, I hope this video was informative, and I hope I've enlightened you as far as any questions you might have. So y'all have a great night and stay warm. D Hella Guy out.